Welcome to an in-depth look at the decades-long investigation led by John Simon. Over the years, Simon has compiled numerous reports and gathered a wealth of evidence, all pointing to a complex web of organizations and individuals. This journey has not only shaped his beliefs, but also deeply impacted his personal life. Today, we'll explore the intricate details of his findings, the connections he's uncovered, and the profound effects these revelations have had on his sense of safety and well-being. Let's begin by understanding the scope and gravity of Simon's investigative work. At the heart of Simon's investigation lies the Republican Jewish Coalition, which he identifies as a terrorist cell. According to Simon, this group, along with its political and religious associates, has orchestrated a far-reaching enterprise. Their alleged goal, land acquisition and redevelopment, achieved through covert means. Simon's reports suggest that these activities have led to his own isolation, captivity, and personal losses. As we move forward, we'll delve deeper into the alleged operations and the evidence Simon has brought to light. Simon's findings point to a powerful influence exerted by religious leaders, particularly Jewish rabbis, over both the religious right and left in the United States. He claims that this control is exercised through intricate schemes involving religious texts and numerology. The manipulation of these spiritual and political spheres, Simon argues, is central to the broader enterprise he's uncovered. This scene sets the stage for understanding how faith, politics, and power can intertwine in unexpected ways. A striking aspect of Simon's report is his focus on the numbers embedded within religious texts. He highlights the 24 books of the Hebrew Bible and the 66 books of the Christian Bible, combining them in a series of calculations. According to Simon, these numbers are not arbitrary. They're part of a deliberate code used by those in power. He walks us through the math. 24 plus 66 equals 90, multiplied by 2466, resulting in 221,940. This number is then reinterpreted through a series of flips and reductions, ultimately pointing to symbolic figures tied to ancient temples and rituals. Simon places special emphasis on the number 12, which he connects to King Solomon's temple and the 12 bulls supporting the temple's bronze sea. He draws parallels between these ancient symbols and modern-day measurements, such as 12 inches and a foot. Simon even links these ideas to tools used in masonry, suggesting that symbolic meanings are embedded in everyday objects and practices. This scene explores the layers of symbolism that Simon believes are woven into the fabric of society. Delving deeper, Simon discusses the role of masonry in these symbolic schemes. He explains how the jointer, a tool used to finish joints in masonry, is not just a practical instrument, but also a symbol. Simon ties this back to his personal life, referencing his ex-wife's second marriage and the use of the jointer in both construction and metaphorical contexts. This connection between personal experience and broader symbolism is a recurring theme in Simon's narrative. Simon claims that he was targeted and encircled by a method he calls the sting, a tool allegedly used by the RJC. This operation, he says, forced him into the trade of masonry, specifically to fulfill a symbolic role involving the jointer. According to Simon, this was not a coincidence but a calculated move by those orchestrating the scheme. The idea of being manipulated into a specific profession for symbolic reasons adds another layer of intrigue to his story. Recurring motif in Simon's report is the tongue, which he claims was weaponized against him both symbolically and literally. He alleges that the RJC orchestrated a scheme where the tongue became a sexual apparatus, used as part of a broader sting operation. Simon ties this to his marriage to Susan Green, now Susan Joyner, and even references pop culture, pointing to Gene Simmons and the cover of the Destroyer album as markers of this ongoing targeting. Simon's narrative extends into the realm of pop culture, where he identifies Gene Simmons of the band Kiss as a symbolic figure in his story. The cover of the Destroyer album, he claims, is not just art but a coded message marking him as the target and connecting to larger events like the 9/11 attacks. This blending of personal experience, symbolism, and global events is a hallmark of Simon's investigative approach. Simon describes a life marked by isolation and psychological manipulation, or gaslighting. He alleges that the RJC and its associates have gone to great lengths to keep him contained, including unauthorized entry into his home. These actions, he says, are designed to destabilize him and maintain control. The sense of constant surveillance and intrusion is a recurring theme in Simon's account, highlighting the psychological toll of his experiences. Particularly troubling detail in Simon's report is the alleged use of a skeleton key to gain unauthorized access to his apartment. He claims that this has led to theft, property destruction, and contamination of his food. According to Simon, these intrusions occur whenever he leaves his home, leaving him in a constant state of vulnerability. This scene underscores the invasive nature of the tactics he describes. Simon alleges that the associates of the RJC have round-the-clock access to his apartment, allowing them to perpetrate various forms of abuse. He describes a relentless campaign of surveillance and interference, which he believes is designed to break his spirit and maintain control. The idea of being watched and manipulated at all times adds a chilling dimension to his story. One of the most disturbing allegations in Simon's report is the use of microwave and radiological devices against him. He claims that these technologies are used to cause physical harm, including forced physiological responses and swelling of the tongue. Simon believes these acts are not only criminal, but also condoned by the local community, adding to his sense of isolation and helplessness. The alleged use of advanced technology has, according to Simon, resulted in both physical and psychological trauma. He describes symptoms such as choking, swelling, and forced bodily reactions, all of which contribute to his ongoing distress. This scene explores the intersection of physical harm and psychological manipulation, emphasizing the severity of Simon's claims. Simon asserts that the community of Parkersburg, West Virginia, is complicit in the abuse he describes. He believes that local authorities and residents have turned a blind eye to his suffering, allowing the alleged perpetrators to operate with impunity. This sense of betrayal by his own community adds another layer of pain to Simon's narrative. Throughout his report, Simon identifies patterns in the targeting and abuse he has experienced. From symbolic manipulation to direct physical harm, he sees a coordinated effort to undermine his autonomy and well-being. This scene examines the recurring motifs and strategies that Simon believes are used against him, highlighting the complexity of the alleged conspiracy. Simon's account is not just about abstract conspiracies, it's also a deeply personal story of loss. He describes the ways in which the alleged targeting has led to isolation, injury, and the destruction of property. These losses have shaped his worldview and fueled his determination to uncover the truth. This scene brings a human dimension to the broader narrative. Central to Simon's investigation is his meticulous documentation of events and evidence. He has compiled countless reports, each adding another layer to the complex story he tells. This commitment to recording his experiences reflects both his determination and the seriousness with which he approaches his claims. Documentation, for Simon, is both a shield and a weapon in his ongoing struggle. Despite the complexity and gravity of his allegations, Simon's ultimate goal is understanding. He seeks to make sense of the patterns he's observed and the suffering he's endured. This scene explores his search for meaning amid chaos, highlighting the human need to find order and purpose even in the most challenging circumstances. Simon's story raises important questions about power, control, and the lengths to which organizations might go to achieve their goals. Whether or not one accepts all of his claims, the themes of manipulation, surveillance, and personal autonomy resonate on a broader scale. This scene invites viewers to consider the implications of Simon's narrative for society as a whole. As we conclude this exploration of John Simon's investigative report, we reflect on a life profoundly shaped by the pursuit of truth. Simon's journey is marked by resilience in the face of adversity, a relentless search for answers, and a willingness to confront powerful forces. While his story is complex and at times controversial, it serves as a testament to the enduring human spirit and the quest for justice. Thank you for joining us on this journey through a world of hidden agendas and personal courage.